last time you were in this room, we had just a bunch of stuff, right? We had, let's go, like we had thermals and we had socks and, you know, some things, and we were unpacking bags. And what we found was we had a lot of stuff we can't use. So let's actually go here, right? We got a lot of tampons and toothbrushes, like a lot of stuff that, you know, ultimately I can't use. And this stuff is going to go to organizations that could use it, right? That are sending stuff to civilians. That's what last time you were here. Since you last came, first of all, the amount of donations that people have made is insane. We have, this is not even all of them, 12 pallets. But people in their abundance desire to give just literally brought all the socks they can find, all the thermals they can find. And don't get me wrong, they will be put to good use. They will all be put to good use. But this just shows how much people want to help. So what did we do? Okay, we felt like there's a lot of people talking about gear needs to get to Israel, right? We need to get vests, we need to get helmets. So you have to do it right, you have to do it the right channels. We realized that, number one, we don't want to put people in a position where they're potentially taking crimes on, even if it's for the sakes of Israel. We also realized that we can't solve all of Israel's problems. We're Nevut, we're an organization of IDF veterans. I can solve the IDF veterans' problems. So what we started doing was we created packs, okay? So let me show you an example of a pack. These are actually done. So here, this is a medical pack. We have 2 combat bandages. These are what they're called Israeli bandages. They're meant for like gunshot wounds, things like that, and a tourniquet. Each one of these gets that. We have a hygiene pack. Hygiene pack would have toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash, shampoo, deodorant, wipes, Band-Aids, your basic hygiene pack. We made electronics kits. Each one of these have a cell phone charger, a portable cell phone charger, a flashlight, and some spare batteries, a cable. Okay, so that's our electronic packs. We made, well, we put together socks and thermals. Right, this is just some of the socks left over. We have many, each one of these boxes of socks, and we have a bunch more stuff that we still have to go through. We made little food bags. So for example, food bags. And what we realized was, let's do this. Let's create a bag that if a soldier is heading from the US to Israel, they're a veteran, they got called in for Tzav Shmona, they can come and pick up a bag and it has everything they need, okay? And we created 2 types of bags. We have our tactical bags and our non-tactical bags, that's these. So we have a bunch of these backpacks. Each one of these backpacks have a camelback. We also have some, you know, some flashlights. And then what we keep in here is the basic stuff, right? Like the electronics bag, the hygiene bag, the little food bags, a towel, your basic necessities. In these bags, we add some tactical stuff. So let's actually open up one of these. This one's a finished bag. First things first, a vest. Each one of these vests have a two level 4 ceramic plates, one in the front, one in the back. This makes sure that they are protected in the battlefield. We've got them knee pads and tactical gloves to make sure that their limbs are covered. We got tactical flashlight. And then most important, this is probably the most important thing besides for the vest. This is an IFAC. This is essentially a mini trauma kit. So like an ambulance, EMT would have a massive trauma bag. This is a mini trauma bag. It attaches to your vest. This way our guys, every single guy goes in with enough things to deal with bullet wounds, to deal with, you know, whatever other traumas that end up in the field. We have our food bag. We have an extended medical bag, which is basically extra supplies for our with, again, the bandages and some gauze and, you know, alcohol sterile pads and the tourniquet. We also got them, these are camelbacks. Let's actually open this one up. So the reason why we got these camelbacks and not just any camelback, these actually have the pieces that can be attached to the vest. So this way these guys can put this on the back of their vest along with other stuff that they have, make sure they go into battle well hydrated. And you know what the most important thing is? Every bag gets a letter from a kid somewhere in the United States. Something like, hi, Moshe, right? Or be safe, we will win, right? Davening for you. These little messages that are coming from the children here in the US. Every single thing that you see in these bags was only made possible because of donations. So we actually did a couple really interesting things. First of all, we fundraised over $100,000 to cover vests and to cover the tactical gear that you can't just go and buy in the store. Then we set up an Amazon registry. And in that registry, I put things like those camelbacks or these, like duffel bags, or things like knee pads or G-Shock watches or IFAC, the trauma bags. We put things like, paracord and gloves. And people have been able to go on our registry and it's so easy. It's Amazon. We all have Amazon. Just purchase the thing that makes sense for you. There's different price points. They want to get medical equipment for the guys. Great. There's an option to buy medical equipment, medical supplies. They want to get socks. They want to get towels. They want to get eye protection, like whatever it is, whatever's within your means. However you can help, like people are sending those things in and we're able to get them into these bags. And now we have bags here. We have bags near JFK in 5 towns. We have bags in Brooklyn. So regardless of where somebody is, if they need to get on a plane right now, or maybe we can get something to them, we can have somebody deliver it. We'll get a bag to them that way they're ready to go. Chavivim, a local organization, was able to actually get some of their members to just bring stuff out to guys. So I had a guy who was leaving, he needed a vest. He was in Brooklyn. They met him, they drove from here, picked it up, drove to the airport, literally dropped it off, didn't say a word to him, gave him the bag and took off. And this guy was able to get to Israel with all the gear that he needed. So there's been amazing partner organizations. So we've stockpiled a lot of stuff here. We've had some great partners. Kosher Troops has allowed us to use their warehouse. They're an organization that helps provide kosher food to American soldiers. They lent us their warehouse. This is not what they do, but they lent us their warehouse so we can get equipment for guys. We were able to somebody brought us 3 boxes of tactical flashlights. People have brought us headlamps. One guy donated 500 headlamps. Another person, another 300. We have like a couple thousand headlamps. I have enough that I don't have to just give a guy 1 headlamp. I can give him 5. I can give him 10 so his unit also has these headlamps. I can give him enough batteries that it's not just about him and covering him, but you know what? Everybody in his unit has spare batteries now. And that's what's the beauty of this. We're able to help the soldiers. We're able to help our guys, people who are in our community. These are literally my neighbors and our friends and our sons and our daughters, people here in the US that we know. We're able to help them. And we're also able to help their unit in maybe not as big of a way, but still in a small way, help everyone. So that's what we've been doing here. And it's been pretty awesome. We've had amazing volunteers from all over. People come with their kids. Literally, I have a guy who lent us his warehouse in Patterson. He said, anything you need to send, you can send it there. He comes every day and he drops everything off and he brings his kids and they unpack it and they love it. And they're running around and putting things in such, in whatever place they need to go. So it's been amazing. It's been really cool. People love helping and we're making a big impact. And that's what's important. All of this is possible because of Nevut, which is an organization of IDF veterans. It's a community really of IDF veterans that are here in the US. And in order for us to have this community and this organization, we do events, we do fundraisers, and those things you might think you know what, it's peaceful times, nothing's really happening with the IDF, why am I really supporting? There's other organizations that need our stuff. But by having organizations like that exist, then when a situation like this arises, we have the infrastructure, we have the veterans. We know who they are. We know who's going to Israel because they're part of our community. They're our brothers. They're people that we know intimately. And we can immediately contact them and say, hey, what do you need? Immediately, they know that Nevut is the place that has their back, that'll get them the things that they need. And if we didn't have that infrastructure, if Nevut ceased to exist 6 months ago, today we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. Today we wouldn't be able to get things to reservists because we wouldn't know who those reservists are. We wouldn't have that infrastructure to do that. So that's been most important. I think also, having a community of veterans, we're in if you're listening to this, we're in your community. We're the representatives of the IDF in your community. We're the ambassadors of the IDF. And having those people, those ambassadors, be in the same organization, the same network, be connected, know what's going on with each other, be able to spend time with each other, but more of just know what's going on, know what is needed. I'm able to do this because I was a veteran. If I wasn't a veteran, I wouldn't know what the best socks are. I wouldn't know what the best equipment is. Like, most people don't realize, and I'm gonna walk over here for a minute, like this is important in the Army. This is so important in the Army. And it's not just tape, it's like a certain type of tape, it's Tessa tape. This stuff enables us to have enables us to have clean gear. Everything needs to be perfectly tied up and taped down. That's what this tape is for. The average person doesn't know that. Every person is just like, get vests to them. What type of vest? Do you know what type of vest? What color do the vests need to be? What type of plates need to go in those vests? There's 5 different levels of plates, right? And each one of those have different materials and different sizing. Like, we know it because we're veterans. And that enables us to do this, and Nevut enables us to be in a position to be able to do this. And so fundraisers like the ride and other fundraisers that we have every single year are absolutely vital to keeping this mission alive and keeping all of our missions alive. I'm gonna add something. Most people don't realize the mental impact of being a soldier, right? They don't realize the PTSD, the stress, those things. And you think about, when was the last time we were in Gaza? It was 2014. Do guys really have PTSD anymore? And it's like, you know what? Those same people who were in the war then are in the war now. And they will have the same issues. And it's important that organizations like Nevut, which provide mental health help to those people who are IDF veterans, it's important that we exist, and that we existed then from the last war, and that we're existing now for the next war with often the same people, because it's the same people fighting, and it's the same issues that we need to deal with. So fundraisers, being around is key. So I mentioned that we've been getting Amazon packages, right? We have an Amazon registry, and we'll get boxes like this of water bladders. But what I've been doing is this is not all of them, this is just the ones. I'm gonna show you a lot more actually. Let me pull these out. Every single gift receipt that we get, I'm keeping. And I'm sending them not only to the soldiers in their bags, so they know who this is coming from, but also we're putting these out on social media, on my WhatsApp updates, for example. And I'm just thinking, the people who made this possible, people like Karina Lipia, and Shimi and Vicky Deitch, and Binyamin, and Sarah, and this person who didn't want to leave a name. So many people didn't leave a name. Devora Kroll, Yitzpo, I lost where that one was. There were more. Here, and Fegi, and Shalev Shoshani, and Binyamin, and Abe Hamali, right? People who've made this possible by donating individual things. Just one piece of gear goes a long way. So this is actually really cool. We got to keep these, and there's more of these. I'm just saying, this is the stuff that just came in. We have more receipts. That's amazing. I think it's just awesome how much support from so many people, you know what I mean, came in. So you know what? I will say this. When Jewish people, we don't like war. We want peace. But understand this, if you go to war with the Jewish people or with Israel, you're not going to war against one army. You're going to get to war against the entire Jewish people. We band together, and when we band together, we're unstoppable. Nothing gets in our way because every single person gets involved, and everybody on their own level. Some people, it's just an Amazon package. Some people, it's fighting in a war, and some people, it's like me, bridging those two gaps. But you go to war with everyone. And let me say, when we get together, we are 100% unstoppable. Now we have bags that are ready to go. Each bag, every single one of these bags are ready for a soldier to grab it and take it and go. And some of them are going out today, some of them went out last week, some of them went out last night. I was here pretty late last night. And some of them they'll continue going out, every single one. Some of it is like waves. Not everybody gets called up right away. Some people want to go and they don't have a Tzav Shmona yet, and they're getting one. Some people have a Tzav Shmona, but for some reason, they can't go just yet. Maybe their wife is giving birth tomorrow, you know what I mean? And they're like, I need a week. So different people, different situations. Some people couldn't get flights, right? So I have guys who got Tzav Shmona last week. They're leaving today, they're leaving tomorrow, they're leaving on Wednesday, they're leaving on Thursday. Today's the 15th. So we have people leaving on the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, the 18th, the 19th. We had people who left on the 11th, the 12th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th. People are leaving every day. And here's the other thing. I don't know where this is gonna go. right? You see signs in maybe Syria or Lebanon or Jordan, like, and we don't know, but we're prepared. Whatever happens, like, if more guys get called in, we have the stuff for them to take. Like, I know myself, I have no plan to go there. I can make an impact here. But if this is existential for Israel, I'm going, right? If Israel will cease to exist without me and other people like me, I can tell you, I know 50-year-old men who've never held a gun in their life who would go if it was existential for Israel. So we're prepared, you know? Different situation, I mean, some of our people have already gone. And now the job is how do we get them a bag in Israel, right? And those are all complications that we're working through. It's a lot of logistics, a lot of planning and communications, lots of phone calls, lots of texts, but step by step, each one of these are heading out. We had, I think, 10 more